morning. We're going to talk about it on the stream. If you're one of my regular viewers watching this back as part of the channel, because you're not made the live stream, be sure to stick around for my, we'll call it the magic today. We'll talk about that as we go around. I promise we'll spit it out in a minute. I'm just going to make sure the stream is performing the way it should be, and the dogs are performing the way that they should be, and any humans around us perform the way that they should be. I don't think we're going to have any trouble with people. It's a bit cooler, a bit blowy today, so anyone who's out is going to be probably out with their dogs, so our spidey sense should kick in. We should know they're about, and we're back in one of our favourite locations at the moment, at the nature reserve. We'll talk about that as we go around. Good boy, buddy. Good, River, hang on. As always, just while we're waiting for things to kick in, the dogs will be going about their businesses in usual fashion. And my job is just to make sure we tidy up after them, so need to keep the place nice. Right, we've got at least someone on, so I know the stream is working. Great job. I'm sure it'll kick into effect as we go. We'll get round here, I'll do my quick introduction, and then, goodness me, everyone's going to the loo. Maybe we've started stream too soon. 3 of them going. This is frustrating. Okay, bear with us, guys. Bear with us. Duty calls. I got told off yesterday for almost missing one of the dogs pooing. We didn't miss it, but I got told that they were doing that. Kitty, good morning. Hello. How are things? Excuse me whilst I deal with the dogs for a second or two. You are super. Beautiful. Welcome along. Have you joined us before, Kitty? Ordinarily, I recognise the usernames, but I'm not sure if I've seen you in the comments recently. But I am getting old, and my memory's not what it used to be, so you can let me know. Right, whilst Kitty's replying to that question, I'm going to ping on the camera on me. Good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome along to Crighton Pet Services Virtual Dog Walk. I'm Stephen Crighton. These are my team. You're seeing 8 out of the 27 dogs that I look after, and we're having a great morning so far. We've bumped into quite a lot of people. We'll talk about Fridays in a second or two. Let me just make sure we get the whole team together. This way, River. He's coming. Barney, come on, old bean. They're coming. River, this way, buddy. They all always go up there, and we can't get through that way. It's quite fascinating, actually. Right, you two, come on. Edith. Yes, good morning. Welcome along to our little dog walk. And you're seeing a combination of well, you should be seeing 8 of them. We're only seeing a few of them at the moment. They're coming. They know they're in trouble. They've been up to something. Whilst my back has been turned. Aha. Where's Mac? Mac! Hello, guys. River, our newest recruit, is besotted with Edith here. And Ruby has taken me into a location that I can't access. We'll talk about her as well as we go around. That's a little, for the people who watch regularly, you'll know I talk about Ruby being on the long line because she takes me to inaccessible places, and that was an example of her doing so. They're all actually doing it just now, but the difference being these guys will come back, she doesn't. She doesn't. So, good morning. Right, we're attracting quite a crowd. Let's do another quick intro. I'll just ping the camera to me again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're watching Crighton Pit Services virtual dog walk. You're joining us live. It is Friday the 8th. It's the 8th of the 8th. If you guys are into numbers, it's the 8th of the 8th. And what do you call those things? Like angel numbers, whatever. So hopefully this lucky date brings you guys good luck. Ruby, you're not rolling in poo. Thank you. Ruby, thank you. Keep coming, gang. Keep coming. Keep coming. I've got my 8 troops out, 8 of the 27. And we'll talk you through them in a moment or two. We'll show you the team in all their splendour. And we're going to show you the landscape and talk about Friday. So, this morning, I woke up and there was no ticker tape parade, and there was no balloons, and there was no shiny record from YouTube. But we had hit a massive milestone, an enormous milestone with the old YouTube. We've overnight I've hit 500,000 views on the channel in total, which is quite extraordinary for these little guys. Amazing. Thank you to everyone. Sincerely thank you to you all for watching, for partaking, for keeping me company, for the encouragement, for the advice, for the corrective criticism, or whatever you want to call it, constructive criticism, all of the things that go hand in hand with being sort of out in the public, putting yourself out there. I do appreciate everything. Some of the comments you've got to take with a pinch of salt, but for the most part everybody's been absolutely wonderful, and it's massive to hit 500,000 views. So yeah, I'm expecting some kind of gold disc from YouTube in the post. I don't think I'm going to get it, but I can expect it, right? I can expect it. So there we go. Right, that's my magic number for the day. More sticking around for, I'm sure. Let's talk about the team. Let's talk about how you guys can be part of today's session. So we have 8 dogs out. None of these guys are mine. I look after them. This is my business. It's been running for almost a decade, and I've been running the YouTube channel for about 4 years. Just about. And it's a tool to show the owners how the dogs get on with each other and what we get up to, and make sure that their dogs are being walked and looked after responsibly. But it's also fantastic to share my passion with people from around the globe. So if you want to let us know where you're watching from, you jump into the comments, and I will come back to the comments periodically as we go. I'm just making sure we've got the body language of the dogs is good and they're not up to no good. They're being a little bit cheeky and a little bit they're testing me today. So look at Alfie. You guys can't see him, but he's over here. Alfie, come, you keep looking. There he is. He's testing me out. And you know why? For good reason. Because you guys participate in the session, and for every 10 likes that the channel gets while we're live, these guys get a biscuit. And I think Alfie knows what I'm about to say, because we're so close to it. We're so close. We're at 8 likes, and so when we hit that magic number of 10, courtesy of you watching, these guys get a little training treat. And boy, do they love it. I mean, look how patiently they're waiting for this right now. They are ready. We'll maybe just hang fire a second or two. If we start moving again, it's going to change the dynamic. So we'll see if someone... There we go. Someone's hit the 10th. Well done. Thank you. I can't see. It's not like Facebook where you say, you know, John Smith has liked your photo. I can't see who's doing that. So to the 10 people who have done it, thank you so much. River. Here you go, buddy. River. Thank you. Edith. Greedy Guts. Ruby. Good girl. Biscuit. Charlie. Alfie, you keep jumping, you're not getting Mac. There we go. Good boy, Barney. Look at you being so patient. Alfie, can you sit nice for me? Can you sit nice? There we go. Good boy. Good boy. Right, well, that's the 8 dogs had. So we've got River, Charlie, Biscuit, we've got Ruby on the long line. This side we've got Mac, Alfie, Edith, and Barney. That's the 8 of them that are out. You can probably tell from the little shots of them all, they're all just little dogs. We only look after small dogs on this walk, and then this afternoon I'll roll around for us. I'll take these guys home and I'll go and collect a different group of dogs, and they will all be predominantly a little bit bigger. We do have a few smaller dogs on the afternoon session, because actually we do a slightly different thing in the afternoon to what you see on camera today. So there's a couple of my morning dogs, a couple of the dogs that in the morning, like for example Biscuit, on a Tuesday he comes out in the afternoon rather than the morning. So there's 1 or 2 that are this afternoon that have been out in the morning during the week, but they're out this afternoon with us. So 27 altogether. I can pretty much put them into any combination I like, but from the owner's perspective, we do like to have the little dogs. And there is something that is quite attractive about that from a Instagrammable point of view, from a content creation point of view. Just the little guys being out in force gains a lot of traction. Right, as we're going, let me catch up with the comments a little bit. So Kitty has bombarded us. Good morning, Kitty. How are we doing? Welcome everyone else as well. Straight shooter, how many dogs? So we've got 8 out with us just now, and there are 27 that I look after altogether on the books. MP says congrats, thank you. We've hit 500,000 views overnight, so we're 500,000. So thank you for the congrats, MP. Tammy, where are you? I'm going to show you. Here we are. Here we are. I think you maybe mean a bit more specifically, and a bit more specifically we don't tell you exactly, but what I will say is we're in Scotland and we're in Edinburgh. Out there, there's behind the sort of dark shape which is the city, there's a lighter shape just before the sky. That's the North Sea. This way, you two. Edith, come on. Eyes on the back of my head with you two around. Yes, you're desperate to go up there. You're desperate to go up there. I know. Tyler, I got a question. What would be the best way to socialise a German Shepherd that's almost 3? That's a great question. Tyler, I'm going to come back to that in a second. I promise I will. I hope you're still with us. Let me know that you're still with us so it's worth answering, because I'm going to go through the questions, the comments first, and I will come back to it. MP, is that Scottish accent? It sure is. It sure is. And Fleece Johnson is saying freedom! In the Mel Gibson accent, I think. Boo is saying cute dogs, thank you. I can take no credit for the cuteness, but I suppose we have put them together, arranged them in a cute fashion. Random Flights is back with us, thank you, hello, good morning. Tammy is in Florida. And Janet is saying good morning, another beautiful day to get out and see the scenery. You're right, Janet, you're right. We'll just get a rear view mirror on. We'll make sure the team are all there. Who is asking about the German Shepherd? Are they still with us? I promise we should answer that. That's a great question. Tyler, are you with us? Let us know you're with us. Let us know. Let's assume, maybe you guys are interested in the answer to that. Let's assume you want to know the answer. Alright, so socialisation with dogs is quite an interesting topic. If you speak to different people, you're going to get different answers. And I think a lot of people think that dogs being social are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dogs all together. And that is part of it for sure. Dogs being with other dogs. They're social creatures. They're social predators actually. So in one respect, you want them to be with their peers, and in other respects, they are quite good at being individual and solitary and away from other dogs. So it depends on what you're trying to achieve is probably if Tyler is still indeed with us, a 3-year-old German Shepherd, you've kind of got a tough situation on your hands, because the other aspect of, in inverted commas, socialization isn't anything to do with these guys. It's nothing to do with them. It's getting them out into the world so that their brain can start to absorb experiences that are different from sitting in the house or sitting in the garden or playing with you, the owner. There's I need to turn my attention to the scenery here. There's 2 women walking our way. River! This way, buddy. The dogs are great around other people, but people are not always great around dogs. Can you come? They can get stressed, they can get frightened, they can start saying, "Oh, look at the puppies!" and then get them all hyper and wound up, and I don't like that. We like nice, calm, obedient, well-mannered pups who do what is asked of them. So we're just going to sit. In fact, there's 3 people coming. Good Charlie, good boy. We're going to let you see, and we're going to reward you. Good boy, good boy. Good Ruby, good girl. Good you guys. Good you guys who are just focused on me. Yes, good. I have good control of that group. Thank you, MP. Good morning. How are we doing? You're welcome. That's just a wee joke between us. Good morning. How we doing? Sit. Got a Cumber Spaniel maybe up there. We're 1 like away from giving the dogs a biscuit, folks. Who's gonna tip us over the edge? There we go. Look at that. Hey guys, look how well behaved you were, and look what happens for being well behaved. Good boy, Mac. Well done, Edith. River, can you sit nice for me, buddy? I know you like to jump, but there you go. Good boy, Alfie. Hey, Edith. No. Good. You stay there. I'm going to focus on you. Well, I feed Ruby. Good girl, Ruby. Good boy, Biscuit. Barney, can you catch this one? Good boy. Good boy. Right, they've all had. Thank you. Thank you to everyone. So yeah, we're talking about socialization, and socialization isn't necessarily about getting the dogs together in this capacity. You need to walk them in places that you don't normally do. Supermarket car parks, high streets, rivers, places with loud noises, factories, things like that. You need to get them used to different experiences, different sounds, different sights, different smells. And there's only a small window to do that before they start to develop habits and their brain changes. And Tyler was asking about a 3-year-old. You can teach an old dog new tricks, you can, but it takes much more effort. So with a puppy, around about that sort of 20-week window, up until that point, you've got a brilliant opportunity to do all these things, to take them up to all these places, and then they just grow up not being afraid of buses or cyclists or airplanes, or I don't know where you guys all live, but I'm sure everyone watching lives in somewhere that's slightly interesting to the dogs, and if I brought them there, they'd be quite stimulated by it all. So you take them to places that you don't normally take them in, and it develops their brain into a way of being able to solve problems that they're not used to. And at 3-year-old, if you're going to do that, you have to have a good handle on the dog, a good understanding. And it might not be achievable. It might not be. So I don't think Tyler's with us anymore, so we'll maybe move on from that. But But if they come back, we'll talk about it. Edith, what a rat. Her diet is making her extra greedy. Yeah, I know. That's Edith's owner watching along. Keeping tabs on you, young lady. Edith, is it nice? Uh-huh. Dad wants to see you. Dad wants a word. Dad wants a word. I know. Calf baby, any tips for de-stressing a street dog that doesn't like being on the lead? I would ask if you know, because it depends on where you're watching from. Possibly if you're watching from the States or somewhere where they've got quite strict dog laws, you maybe want to seek a little bit of advice from a professional. That would always be my go-to. And depending on the sort of breed, and it's probably, if it's a street dog, it's probably a bit of a mutt. But you want to kind of get a grasp on what the makeup of the dog is. So if it's coming from working stock, you maybe want to look at like a gun dog specialist or something like that. If it's coming from, you know, you get the idea. If we've got different makeup of the dog, you maybe want to seek a specialist in that particular department and do 2 or 3 sessions with them. I can't imagine it would take much just to find out what's wrong and maybe help put things right for you. Excuse me while we go through Narnia. If it's snowing on the other side of this, we're in big trouble. No, I think we're okay. Rear view mirror time. They're all with us. So yes, maybe seek to get some specialist advice there. Oh, you're in the Shetlands. Okay. Let me think about this. That's going to be trickier for you to get a specialist. Let me think about this as we go around. We'll catch up with some more of the chat. Fleece Johnson. We've got some wolves, yeah. Some troublemakers, that's for sure. We got some troublemakers. How are we all doing on Friday anyway? Where's everyone watching along from? That's one of the things that fascinate me the most. We're about my highest demographic of people watch from the States. I get so few people from the UK watching, especially during the live. So welcome along everyone. Especially if you're just tuning in and you're not quite sure what's going on. My name's Stephen. I look after these puppers. Kath baby, have you... That sounds like I was like referring to you as Kath and my baby. Kath, my baby. Have you rescued this dog? As in, like from a Romanian rescue or something along those lines? Is that what I'm thinking? And is there a huge requirement to walk on the lead if they're so adverse to walking off the lead? Are they just a bit flighty? An Irish setter, 3 years old. Kath, my suggestion right now, because I think that it would completely take over the stream. If you fancy this, you can drop a line to any of my social medias that you can send a message to. All right, screenshot this just now. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Threads, X, I can't even think what else. Anywhere that you can send a specific message to me on, I'll pick that up and we'll have a conversation offline. How does that sound? I'll try and give you a bit of advice. I'll try and point you a couple of videos your way to help with it, and we can maybe talk about it in a bit more depth if you can do that. If you want to do that, thank you, you're saying you'll do that. Brilliant. Yeah. Too much livestock up there, I can imagine, and the wind will probably carry those smells far and wide. And for a setter, we had a setter, our family had a setter for a few years, and it wasn't a red setter, it was a Gordon setter, and this thing was, I don't know how far you guys can see in relation to the camera, but as far as the horizon is of this yellow grass, it's probably half a kilometre away. This setter would cover that distance in a matter of seconds, like we're talking in under 20 seconds. And if there was something that was up ahead, it would just literally shoot off with no control. We eventually had to rehome it, which is a bit of a shame. The rain's starting here. Ruby, come up here. Come this way, sweetie. Good girl. River. This way, buddy. This way. Ruby, no. This is another reason why Ruby's on the lead. Ruby. Come on, my princess. I know. Come on. Oh, look at that. We've hit 30 likes. What's this? Ruby, what have I got? Right, my gang. We might need to get you the sort of... Right, Edith. Dad's going to tell you off, sweetie. Hang on. Let me put these in my pocket. There we go. Sit down. Good boy, Alfie. No. This is going to Biscuit. Good girl. This is going to Charlie. Good girl. This is going to Mac. Good boy, Barney. Good boy, Barney. Edith. Is it nice? Your turn. Good girl. Ruby, you fancy one? Don't want you to miss out now, just because you've not been part of the team. Come on. This is for you. Look what I've got. Ruby. Good girl. You did quite well there. Yes, you did. You did. Got a couple of bigger, more exuberant dogs up ahead. We're going to give them a bit of space. I'm just going to wait up here for them to pass us by or what have you. You always know the dogs that you need to avoid when the owners are going. Felicia had a German short hair pointer that would run at 80 kilometers an hour. My God, I actually have a pointer myself. He's not that fast, but he is a stupid dog. He is a stupid dog, and would try and run that fast if he could. They are awesome dogs. I love them so much. But I think he's. Can you hear the river? River! This way, buddy. River's getting braver. I think he was going down to where that person was calling. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, you guys need to see, you need to check out my GSP, some of the other videos. He's brilliant. And some of the more longer format stuff that I did, that I used to do a lot of, we're almost 1,000 videos on the channel, and a lot of that is longer format stuff, and he was a big part of that for a long time, showing you his progress, showing you his integration with the pack and all that kind of thing. And we eventually sort of switched to live streaming because it's a bit more, or it's a bit less, what's the word I'm looking for here? Like, I can just point and click and then it's live as a video, and then I don't need to edit it or worry about it. When I was making the longer format stuff, I needed to take my GoPro, download all the files, convert it, upload it, add text, add little jingles. It was a lot of work. It was genuinely a lot of work. Anyone who makes content on a regular basis should be commended for how much work actually goes into it. So the live stuff is much easier. Just point and click. Point and click. Hey Frank, how we doing? Not bad, yeah, 35 likes. We're doing great. We're doing great. I hope you're doing well, Bean. Hope you're doing well. Hope you got my message as well yesterday. I know you did. I know you did. You were one of the people who read it. Oh, it's windy out here. Right, okay, what we're going to do, folks, we've hit that half-hour mark. It's lovely to catch up with you all, but it's a bit blustery out here where we are compared to where we were. So I'm going to sign off. We've had a brilliant week, a fantastic few sessions with all the puppers. I'm going to eat an extra wee biscuit just now for all the we're nearly at 40 likes. It's nearly the biggest day we've ever had in terms of the views. There you go, River. Good boy. There you go. Good boy, Alfie. Good boy. Good boy. Really appreciate everyone tuning in. Let's check out who the top fans are. Quite enjoying this part of it. Don't recognise any of the usernames in the at the top or in the first few, but we've got Random Flights, we've got Tammy, we've got Fleece Johnson. Sometimes the usernames come through differently on there as they do on the screen, so apologies if we've missed you. But thank you to everyone who's contributed today. We're going to sign off, and we appreciate everyone's interactions over the course of the week. We'll be back again on Monday. Until then, have a wonderful weekend. Barney says have a great weekend. If you guys have your own dogs, tell them I say hi. They'll know what it means. And send you guys love. Alright, from us in Edinburgh, have a wonderful weekend. Take care. All the best.